Hiya to the tribes. How's everyone today? This is TAIFA World Ministries of Education. Most people associate ministry with a religion. No, there's all kinds of ministries. And I have to let y'all know this because most people come here going to be talking about some kind of religion. Nope, Ministry of Education. Remember that. What we're doing is educating you because you've been miseducated. We've been miseducated. Actually, until you do your own study, you'll never know who you are. This is for everyone, not just members of the tribes. If you don't do your own research and dedicated study a few years, at least 3 years, you don't know who you are. Now, this is very, very important because when you studied Egyptian gods and goddesses, you're going to find out all these religions come from there. Yes, I said it. All the religions have their roots from the Egyptian gods and goddesses. Hey, what else to be said? I did all that in 2 minutes. That's the main message Spirit wants you to know. If you don't do your own study, you're believing something that's based on a lie. The reason why you're not taught ancient history or Egyptian history, Moorish history, you only taught the anglicized version of history is because, so funny, when you learn the true history, you see that everything they have, they being the so-called Western history, everything they have comes from us, the Egyptians, the melanated people, the Asiatic people. Now they call them black people for them to denigrate themselves. And they having no knowledge of their history. They say, yeah, we're black. Knowing that they are denying the ancestors, denying their gods, denying the wonderful things that could come to them if they just knew who they are. So you're given a false version of yourself, that you come from slavery. So you never see yourself as being anything or doing anything. And it's a must to keep you asleep because you don't want to wake a sleeping giant. Nobody want to wake a sleeping giant. Once the knowledge come to you and you awaken, you are the giant. Gigantic knowledge, gigantic, everything comes from you. You're the giant of all this. You're the creator of all this. So we got to keep it from you. We don't want you to come back again and enslave us again. So we make a story that you was the one enslaved. So you never think you're anything, and that way, by keeping that low vibration, Your ancestors cannot communicate with you because you got to be thinking high of yourself for them to come talk to you. Have you ever seen anyone who looks down and defeated? Did you ever feel like going to them trying to make them feel better? Or do you just get away from them? Well, misery loves company. If you're miserable and down, oh, you're attracted to those kind of people. Y'all share y'all misery. But if you're high vibrating people, a person, you don't want nothing to do with that. It's like somebody peeing in the pool. Once you get a whiff that somebody peed in the pool, you getting out that bad boy. Of course, the wise person never gets in there because he knows you can pee in the pool. I just use that as a living example. That you want to be around high vibrating people, people who have a sense of knowing who they are. And the guards are the same way. They're not going to be around you if you're denigrating yourself, calling yourself evil, calling yourself no count, calling yourself a slave. What God's going to be around you? So that concludes the lecture for today. This is just one book. It's actually a dictionary. And you find common names in here that you recognize. You say, oh, that's where they come from. They come from Egypt. It didn't come from Europe. Man, Europe is just very, very recent civilization that was brought out of dark ages by dark-skinned people. That's why when the little children in the schools are not paying attention, it's because you can't teach them anything. You're so slow in your thinking. The child goes to sleep. Our children go to sleep because you're not equipped to teach us. So instead of that, teachers being taught how to teach melanated people, no, that's too much training. We'll just say the child we give him a sickness. Say he's what's the word? What's that word? What's the word when a child, they say, don't pay attention? Deficiency. Learning deficiency disorder. Attention deficit disorder. Do you see the game they're playing? They know they cannot keep the attention of a swift God's brain, because we are descendants from the gods, so what that make you? They cannot keep their attention, especially when they're young, when they're pure and innocent and haven't been contaminated. They cannot keep that child's attention. They don't have the wisdom, the knowledge. So they try to destroy the child and put a curse on him by saying the child has attention deficit disorder. Now, I'm talking about something I know because I taught in the public schools and I saw especially melanated sisters, women, because they couldn't teach the young guys either. So they say, oh, he has attention deficit disorder. Why was there no attention deficit disorder before integration? You've never heard there's never no such thing because the teachers had a plan and knew what to teach. We have a strong history of educators in this country, but all that was destroyed because somebody told you white was better. You had to be taught by so-called pale faces. This is the truth. It's most of the colored people who did this. Well, I think I digressing off the topic. So, anybody here? Anybody bold enough to participate in this topic? I thought not. Okay, well, it's here for those who are ready for it. Hiya, hiya to the tribe. Oseyo.